My friends, though you've broken your vows 10,000 times, come yet again, come. Start gathering our voices together, our hearts together, with our closed humming lips. We hum here instead of singing in case you're new, just to take extra precautions, but to still get as close to that joy as we can of making music together. Get a little round humming going. Let's try that again. Settle into our seats here and go ahead and welcome yourself in that tradition we've been doing here. Just take a moment to maybe just cast your eyes downward, close your eyes, just feel into your body here in this place now, your feet on the ground, and the chime calling us together. 7 o'clock, and this is where we've chosen to be. Try to just remember what it is that brought you here tonight. Maybe it's already habit. Maybe it's something that particularly nudged you. Yep, I need to be there this evening. What is that longing that brings you here? Let yourself just connect with that part of who you are, that longing, that love, that care. And let's let ourselves just be present to this right now. The sounds that we're hearing, the calls that we're hearing. We don't need to compete with that. This is powerful to be here with you all, witnessing the streets flooded with people who, like us, want to build a world where it is absolutely clear that Black Lives Matter, and who are demanding that. We want to live in a world where whoever you are, you're welcome, and you're seen in all that you are. I don't think we could have asked for a better call to worship for us for this evening. I want to invite you to rise if you're willing now. And while we're still hearing these words of Rumi and these words of the protesters in solidarity in the streets, let's extend the welcome that is who we are as Unitarian Universalists. Everyone knows that who is a part of this community knows they are welcome here, whatever their background, their beliefs, their identities, and whoever they are in all kinds of ways. So let's extend that welcome to, first of all, actually, the land. We're on unceded Abenaki land here, and we're surrounded by all these beautiful beings that also need us to advocate for them. So let's, I want to invite you to, we're going to do a couple more verses of this, and the first we'll just hum again. And the first time I just want to invite you to really, as we've done, take time to look around where we are and just greet, welcome, or feel welcomed by the more than human beings that are here with us. And then we're gonna come back again, and we're gonna chant those words that, come whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. That certainly was no caravan of despair out there. And this time, when we chant, I'm going to invite you to take time to look around and make eye contact. And then when we're done with that, I'll give you a few more instructions. All right? So first time, we're humming and we're greeting our neighbors here in green. Here we go. Okay, to humans now. Come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Now keep looking around, making eye contact, and raise your hand, okay? And when you found somebody who you can tell they're willing to just stay with you, who you didn't come with, and just lock eyes with you for a little while and have a one-on-one greeting time, like a little mini eye-gazing coffee hour. When you're clear that you got your partner, you can put your hand down. Okay? Keep looking for that other hand that's raised. Oh, wonderful. All right. So we're going to do one more time. You don't have to hum. You don't have to do anything. You just, for the length of this next verse, take in your partner. See and be seen. job, everyone. Have a seat. Welcome. These words are from Dolores Stewart, From Doors to the Universe. And they have some words in them that we can't quite do literally, but I wanted to read them anyway and have us feel into that, both imaginally and also maybe there's some grief there. Come in out of the darkness. Come in where the fire casts shadows of longing. Sit near each other. Hold hands. While I tell you a story that has never been told. A story with music, a flute and singing, a drum and dancing. A story of life's circle and the hungry wolves waiting for caribou, and the caribou lingering over a feast of lichen, and the ravens poised in the trees at the edges of the wolves' eyes. A story with a grandmother spider stealing a piece of the sun. A story with medicine plants and sacred weeds. A story of how men and women found each other, of how Coyote got his cunning, of Arrow Boy, of the owl's beak tapping, always the owl, the death bird, and the mouse, timorous, scuttling into its den. A story of you, and of you, and you. What does it mean, this dream fruit? Nothing more than to peel and eat the sweet, juicy flesh, to let its seeds become part of your spirit. Long after I am gone, you will remember a story that never happened. You will remember a story that had never happened, how things that never were came into being. Dolores Stewart. So welcome again. So many gifts of gathering together outside. So many other presences with us. I'm so grateful for that. Anybody here for the first time? This is our fourth Vespers. Welcome, especially to you. So grateful you're here. I'm David Ruffin, if you don't know me, and I'm joined by your director of music, James Stewart. This is the fourth Vesper in the original series that we imagined, and I have some good news and some bad news. What do you guys want first? I'll learn a little bit about you.
Bad news.
The bad news, yeah. Okay, let's get the bad news over with. This is, unfortunately, the last time that we will have a Vespers service with James Stewart this fall. So let's take a moment to thank him for the amazing co-creation that this has been these last 4 times. Thank you, James. It's been such a privilege to experiment this into life with you. And then the good news is that we're going to keep doing it anyway. We are shifting to 6 p.m. For light. And so that will continue next Wednesday and at least through September. So I look forward to seeing you back here, and we will find other ways to bring beautiful music to life. But we will miss you. Off to choir and other important responsibilities. So just a couple of reminders about safety. One is that part of the service, sometimes we do invite you to speak, as you know. Just a reminder that we always want to keep our masks on throughout the whole service, and you know, be conscious of distancing and all the things. And the other safety thing is just to be mindful of these cords on the ground, not to trip. And I think that's all I have logistics-wise. But yeah, here we are. And let Woody, we should give some thanks to Woody. Yes, thank you. My word. The one that makes us here is always the one that we don't use our voices to thank. Thank you, Woody. It's incredible. I'm getting a glimpse into who you are in this community through this experience. I think you guys all know. So grateful. Yeah, so let's just settle in again to that amazing image of dreaming that Dolores Stewart left us with, dreaming a world into being that had never been, and the power of that. And just imagine that we have that power, that you have that power within you. And in many ways, that power is very old and comes to us in the most simple ways. And that's my hope, that we can reconnect with that within ourselves and in all of the resources and beings around us tonight. So take a moment to settle with this chime, and then we'll light our chalice. We kindle this chalice flame to remind ourselves of the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. So speaking of that fire, Harry Belafonte had something to say about where we come from after he visited his ancestors' roots in Africa some years ago, and somehow that turned into a song and a unforgettable Muppet spectacular. Who's catching what I'm putting down? Is anyone getting an image in their mind of Harry Belafonte and some Muppets? Well, that's what I'd like to recreate with you all tonight. Turn the World Around is the song. We can't sing it, but we sure can chant it. And my plan was to sing or chant and have you join in as I go along, do the whole first like 3 and kind of call and response it in that way, / invite you to always and ever join for Turn the World Around. That part at least. I think you'll feel where it's coming, and you can jump right in then. And as we do this and warm up our gratitude for life, which is what Abatiwa, which is one of the lyrics in the chorus, means in Swahili, oh fortunate existence, so oh lucky life. We will eventually use that opportunity to do our ritual sharing of what we're grateful for, what we're celebrating. But let's warm this space up. I have a feeling that you might feel a little bit more on your toes, ready in your head if you stand, but that may not apply for all of you. So let your spirit guide you in that regard, okay? You might want to start off sitting, and then you're like, yeah, maybe I want to stand. So no judgment, just an invitation. Okay, here we go. So first it's going to be fire. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. Then water. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain. Go back to the mountain. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in water. Go back to water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Okay, oh yes, so is life. So is life. Whoa, so is life. So is life. Okay, I'm really enjoying hearing my voice on this loud microphone doing this, but I'm pretty sure you can overpower me. I want to invite you to take the opportunity to luxuriate in this unusual practice of papers blowing around, of chanting words together. We don't do this, but it's an opportunity to be a little silly and to really commit and to celebrate this life. So yeah, now I can see, all right, I'm going to get on my feet. I can see it. So, whoa, so is life. Join me, here we go. Whoa, whoa, so is life. So is life again. Whoa, so is life. So is life. All right, I'll take that. Pretty good. All right, so then the next verse or next section is, do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who we are? So I'll do it once, then you can join with me, and then maybe we'll try and double time it. Here we go. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who we are? Do I know who you are? Do you know who I am? See we one another clearly? Do we know who I am? Do you know who? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? We're getting it now. See we one another clearly? Do we know who we are? I'm gonna model this a little bit better. James has to remind me. 5-4, David. Wait for that fifth beat. So it goes like this. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who we... One more time. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know... One more time. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly? Do we know who... Okay, whoa! Whoa! So is life. Habatiwa. Ha? So is life. Whoa! So is life. Habatiwa. Ha? So is life again. Whoa! So is life. Habatiwa. Whoa! So is life. Habatiwa. Ha! So is life. All right. You keep that vamping going. I think we have earned ourselves some gratitude. So the way we'll do it tonight, it's all right with you guys, is go ahead and actually wave at me, and then I know where to look, and then shout out your gratitude, and I'm going to repeat it. Yeah, you can all wave at me to practice. It's not that hard. There it is. All right. Good. Everyone knows how to do it. So when you got a gratitude, something you're grateful for, you want to celebrate the breeze, the lake, your children, whatever, wave it. I'm going to repeat it just to make sure everyone hears. Who's going to go first? Wendy.
All of my past friends and strangers who are buried here, because someday I will be buried here, and I love this spot.
All of my past friends and strangers who are buried here, because someday I will be buried here, and I love this spot. Let's say, so is life.
So is life.
What you got, Sarah? The coming fall. So is life. Woody. Our grandchildren are here for a few days. Yes. My mom
and everything she does.
and everything she does for me. So is life. So many people out on the streets fighting for justice.
So is life.
Yes, the peace of this moment. So is life. Yes, Kate.
1 year with my roommate.
1 year with my roommate. So is life. Yeah. Cherry tomatoes ripe right now. So is life. Yes. Eye contact with someone I didn't know. So is life. Wish that was more often. So is life. Thank you all so much. Let's wrap this up with the last wonderful verse of this song. It goes, water make the river, river wash the mountain, fire make the sunlight turn the world around. Water make the river, river wash the mountain, fire make the sunlight turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain, spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain, spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit, only can the Spirit turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit, only can the Spirit turn the world around. One more time. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Amen. You guys are the absolute best crowd for inventing new ways to do this together. I'm so grateful. Has anybody been by a pond or a lake with loons yet this summer? Or ever? I ran across this poem that I had never, at least I don't remember ever having read, by Mary Oliver this last week. And so I offer it as an invitation into our time of sharing our griefs, our lamentations. It's called Lead. Here is a story to break your heart. Are you willing? This winter, the loons came to our harbor and died, one by one, of nothing we could see. A friend told me of one on the shore that lifted its head and opened the elegant beak and cried out its long, sweet savoring of its life, which, if you have heard it, you know is a sacred thing. And for which, if you have not heard it, you had better hurry to where they still sing. And believe me, tell no one just where that is. The next morning, this loon, speckled and iridescent, and with a plan to fly home to some hidden lake, was dead on the shore. I tell you this to break your heart, by which I mean only that it break open and never close again to the rest of the world. So again, the invitation is to come up to one of the mics and share briefly anything that is heavy weighing on your heart that you know will be better to be when shared. The sharing will lighten the load and will be a gift to us as well in the way that connects our hearts. And I just want to, I think I want to use the word implore you to take advantage of this opportunity to try and make this more of a normal practice. It's so needed and healthy for us to lament with each other as well. And there's so much to lament. So it doesn't have to be deeply personal. It's just what breaks your heart right now. A few words are welcome, but I want to open the floor. And we've developed a bit of a tradition inspired by the music that James is playing, Walking With You, of saying, we're walking with you after a share. And this will not go online. Invite us just to say that together once more for all of the sorrows under this tent and out in the world that weren't spoken here tonight. We're walking with you. I want to invite you to take that paper out. Maybe somebody could go and grab a paper for Kate. Oh, wonderful, it's happened. And do you have something to write with? Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to do a very simple little exercise. We're shifting to just taking a little bit more time tonight to sit with this issue that is so core to the weight that we're all holding right now of systemic racism. And so just to be transparent about what I'm inviting you to reflect on a little here, I want to invite you to write down 5 identities that you hold which are important to you. They don't have to be the 5 most important. 5 identities that are part of what makes you who you are. Looking up at me will be a sign when you're done with that. Okay, so now I would like you to cross out 2 of them. Pick 2 to cross out. And now I would like you to cross out 2 more of them. And that should leave you with 1 identity. As your mind may already be going to, there are a lot of, I think, valuable things to learn from this exercise, but certainly one of the most palpable for me is just imagining that we were only seen as 1 identity. All these other facets, we only wrote down 5. Could have written down 100 of who you were, aren't seen. And then, of course, imagine that 1 identity that you were left with meant threat to someone else that had power over you. part of course, what is happening here is that we are missing out until we read in the papers about all the wonderful ways that someone showed up in their family's life and in their community and in their band and in their hobbies. We're missing that whole story because of the wiring that sees one identity and sees threat. So I wanted to share a poem tonight by Audre Lorde and do like we did last week. It felt really right to light a candle for the Black lives that we're consistently continuing to lose due to police violence, due to systemic racism. But take this poem in by Audre Lorde, if you will. In the street outside a school, what the children learn possesses them. This is called the bees. In the street outside a school, what the children learn possesses them. Little boys yell as they stone a flock of bees trying to swarm between the lunchroom window and an iron grate. The boys sling furious rocks, smashing the windows. The bees, buzzing their anger, are slow to attack. Then one boy is stung into quicker destruction, and the school guards come, long wooden sticks held out before them. They advance upon the hive, beating the almost finished rooms of wax apart, mashing the new tunnels in, while fresh honey drips down their broomsticks. And the little boy feet, becoming expert in destruction, trample the remaining and bewildered bees into the earth. Curious and apart, 4 little girls look on in fascination, learning a secret lesson and trying to understand their own destruction. One girl cries out, "Hey, the bees weren't making any trouble." And she steps across the feebly buzzing ruins to peer up at the empty, grated nook. We could have studied honey making. So let's just take a moment to honor the fallen lives and honor our intention, connect with our intention to make a world in which we see the honey. I invite us to just sit in silence with this. So I want to invite us into a closing ritual now, remembering that to build the world of peace and justice that we dream of, we do ever and always need to begin with peace in our hearts. And we are here in large measure able to control. We have some influence over that. Open our hearts to that peace right here and now. So I wanted to invite us to close with a beautiful version of the metta prayer, the loving kindness prayer, which we can start with ourselves. Kate, do you have a question?
Yes. What do you want us to do with the cards?
How about you can take them home or drop them off in the same basket at the end. Would that work for you?
I was wondering if you could share what the one identity you chose was.
That would really be a beautiful thing to hear, everyone. Kate, I think we'd all be willing to hear yours, and then just because of time, maybe that could happen informally at the end. But would you like to share yours now?
Yeah.
If you say it, I can hear you, and then I'll repeat it. Human. Human. Thank you, Kate. And so, yeah, that's a wonderful invitation to maybe share on your way out with somebody what you were left with. So this metta prayer has three parts. The first is, may I be filled with loving kindness. And just want to really invite you to take time to invite that for yourself. Invite the peace. And the second is you. And I want to invite you to pick somebody specific. And I think you'll know who. It may be someone that's struggling that you really want to bring peace to. Or it may be someone that you're struggling with, that you want to work on having love and compassion for. And then the last is we. And I'm going to add another dimension to this, which is that maybe during that first verse, or maybe it comes to you later, you want to make it a prayer for this specific person or for all of us, but I invite you to come and light your candle. I think I might take this out to make it a little bit easier. Thank you for your concern for me there for a moment. I could feel it. To light your candle, and hopefully by the end of the three verses, we'll have all of our candles lit. There'll be a little bit of space in between each verse, you'll hear. And we did record this, so for the first verse, you can hum along with me singing in a pre-recorded way. But take a moment to just settle. Well, I think what we'll do is really leave space in between the verses for candle lighting, just so you don't have to do too many things at once. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. We'll hum another round for May I. Just really let you soak that one in. And if you're catching on, you can join in the humming. So again, you're invited to take the opportunity now or at one of the other breaks to light a candle to connect with that prayer for yourself. And you can share the flame amongst you if you distance. a moment to connect with who you're gonna sing to. If you haven't gotten your candle lit, it's okay. This is gonna be, it'll be another chance. This is, may you be filled with loving kindness. So take a moment to get that you, and we'll hum that together. Got all our candles lit. I'm going to call this my candle. So just, I want to invite you this last verse. Maybe keep your eyes open and just kind of gaze around at the light and the faces, or just feel this space. And pray this for this group and the whatever we means to our world. Blessed be that prayer. So tonight when we extinguish our flames, we learned last time that turns out you can't blow through a mask. So tonight probably all you have to do is expose your flame with the breeze. But if that doesn't work, you can also use the water on your way out. But I think we were going to try to extinguish this flame using the power of air. So let's see if this works. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with the world until we are together again. Before I dismiss you, every time we've gathered, I've floated the idea of James playing Blue Book poem, and we always run out of time. So I wanted to ask if you might be willing to play us out with that, and you can let it carry you out the door, or if you feel like sitting and humming or standing and humming, you are more than welcome to do that. But this will be our send-off.
Thank you.